What about the Steelers? Could they be in that market, or they're going for Justin Fields here? What are they?
Yeah, I think I could say like they love what they've gotten from Justin Fields. You've talked to him. Like he is like, I mean, he was a Steeler before he was a Steeler, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like just his kind of approach and his demeanor and all of that. It's a really good fit for the program, and they want to keep working with him. I don't know that he did enough to say, yes, we're going to bring you in and anoint you our starter, and we're not going to add competition to the room. So, like, I think this is sort of that sort of puzzle for them. Like, say the Jets come along and offer Justin Fields something to start. Would the Steelers be willing to come in and say, yes, you're our starting quarterback for 2025? Maybe they love him, but, I don't know if they'd be willing to do that without having competition in the room. Um, then, is Kirk Cousins available? That's another question because that would be a way to kind of get around the whole like idea of paying a guy top dollar or going above and beyond to keep Justin Fields. So I think if you give the Steelers people truth serum, they'd probably tell you in 2 weeks, just we probably see Justin Fields being kind of the lead dog. What was it that Mike Tomlin, the term he used, pole position, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what happened last year. He lost pole position, and that's part of the reason why he's been amazing, man. He didn't complain out the door in Chicago. He didn't complain once in Pittsburgh. He's just kept his mouth shut and his head down, and
I will tell you this too, Rich. Like what Arthur Smith did with Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee, he believes he can do that with Justin Fields in Pittsburgh, and maybe more than that. Now, I'm not telling you that this is going to become Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, but like Ryan Tannehill got the Titans to an AFC title game, and that's a pretty good roster there in Pittsburgh. So if you feel like you can do that, if you have a full offseason to build an offense for Justin Fields, it's not a horrible option.
And then just in the 2 minutes I have left here, is Justin Fields the target of the Jets? Like, what's their plan at quarterback? I think the Jets, as they Rodgers the roster. Albert.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's funny because like I think like maybe like the blueprint would be like, can we find like a like our version of Sam Darnold that's gonna like trigger some PTSD for people like yourself.
Right.
But like what Sam Darnold was last year for the Vikings, what Baker Mayfield was 2 years ago for Tampa, what Jared Goff was when Aaron Glenn was there in Detroit, right? Like where Aaron Glenn was a little bit of a distressed asset. Like, can we find somebody who's talented who can come in and be that guy for us? Justin Fields would be a name. Daniel Jones would be a name. I think Daniel Jones is going to have some interest from, the Vikings coming back, the Jets, maybe the Colts. But I look at the Jets maybe looking at an opportunity like that would mirror what Aaron Glenn's experience was in Detroit. Because again, you look at, and if you really want to dig into Aaron Glenn's past, like the Saints, they built around a distressed asset and Drew Brees, what he was in 06, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Lions built around a distressed asset in Jared Goff when he came in there. So I think the idea of like a Justin Fields or a Daniel Jones or someone along those lines could make some sense for the Jets. And I don't think bringing Tyrod Taylor back as an insurance policy would be a horrible idea either.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.